My next guest is a motivational speaker, author, life coach, and CEO of Hearts Unleashed. Please welcome Abigail Gazda. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I am here today with Abigail. Hey, girl.
Hey.
I'm so excited to finally have this time to chat. Like, it's been so long.
Yes. I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I know you've grown so much and transformed so much since the last time we spoke. And I know that you are a motivational speaker, an author, a life coach. You have your own business, your own podcast, your own publishing house. Like, how do you do it all?
With joy and ease and grace. How does that sound?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, like take us on this journey with you. Like, share with us like how you got started and what truly motivates you and why are you so passionate about what you do?
I would love to tell you, and I love that question. And I'm going to start with the end in mind. I can't stop. Like this is in me. And it's actually I would love to kind of go from there, which is
Yeah.
there's been times where I've questioned it, right? Like
Mm.
this level of inspiration and motivation. Like I've been a role model since just being young. I'm the oldest sister, so there's this natural
Mm.
responsibility instilled in me, and I think it kind of just continued to translate over the years of wanting to lead others, protect, help, support, lift up, inspire. And I don't share this all the time, but it, there's this like in my mind's eye, I've always been given this premonition, I would call it, because I can see myself. I get these flashes of being on a major stage, speaking to thousands of people.
Mm.
I can see like a microphone in my hand or one of those like ear hook mics. I don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean it when I say like from youth, I've had these flashes of these visions, even before I necessarily saw it
Mm.
depicted like on a screen or witness somebody speaking. And I can remember even being at like basketball camps. I was a collegiate basketball player, so like I remember basketball camps in like 6th and 7th grade, and there being a Division 1 speaker coming to speak to us, and I could see myself being the speaker, not
Mm-hmm.
just the listener. And so it's just always been there, and
Mm-hmm.
every stage of my life has been stepping into the next clearest vision of that premonition, of that vision that's been implanted on my heart. And so when I was young, I thought that meant become a teacher. So I became a teacher. After that,
Mm-hmm.
I managed gyms for a while, and then it became being a life coach, and then it became being an author. I actually never spoke I will be an author before age like probably 28. And
Wow.
so it's always like the path has been revealed to me. And I think it's the
Mm.
combination of inspiration plus like the faith of the unseen. That's what faith in and of itself is believing in the
Yeah.
unseen. And so it's the combination of the vision and the faith that I've just walked the journey, and it's sort of unfolded in front of me.
Wow, this is incredible. And I love
Mm,
that you knew it way before it happened. That's
thank
so
you.
special.
Yeah. Well, and I mentioned or kind of like alluded to was I've questioned that from time to time, like, is
Mhm.
this an ego-driven desire? But
Mm.
it's been so true for me for so long that I've had to surrender to it and just honor it and stop doubting or questioning or judging myself as if I'm, oh, you just want fame, or oh, you just just want everybody to pay attention to you, or I've even called myself like an attention whore. Like, why do you need to be the
Mhm.
leader all the time? Like, there's definitely like the self-doubt or the self-criticism that comes with it. Like, why? Like, really questioning why I would do what I do and be who I be and act how I act or say what I say.
Mm.
That I want to always make sure it comes from a truly authentic and organic and aligned place.
Yeah, that's so important. And I feel like I get that from a lot of people I talk
Yeah.
to. Like it's always the mission
Yep.
of, you know, if you're a powerful leader in this space, like it should be one of your core values.
Yes. Yes. Completely.
I love that so much. And like talk to us about like your publishing house because I know that's
Mm.
recent, right?
Yes. Yes, I would love to talk to you about that. I am having so much fun. It being a publisher, I feel extra cool like to be able to tell people that. So
Mhm.
it's just really fun. And I have been in the book, let's call it just the book and publishing industry
Mhm.
for the last 2017, so the last 5 years.
Mhm.
And, I wrote my first book simply because I had such a clear download that
Mm.
the whole book came to me at once. And so I just spent the next 4 months writing it. So that was the extent of my understanding of being in this industry. So
Mhm.
then I published with a publisher. I was just sharing with someone from the gym, and he said, I have a publisher and I love your idea and I'm going to connect you. Like, I wasn't even chasing down publishers.
Mm.
And so it's so aligned and so co-created by the universe and God. And so did that. And then I was picked up. I shared my book with somebody and he picked me up as a ghostwriter. So then
Mm.
I was helping other people write their books or writing the books for them. And I had written 3 books in like a year and a half or 2 years. And
Mhm.
and so I was getting more involved in the industry and seeing the behind the scenes of like production, publishing, promotion, marketing. And I
Wow.
saw a lot of things that I liked and a lot of things that I
Mhm.
didn't like. There were things I definitely felt were out of integrity or that could be
Mm.
more run more effectively. And so I actually had the idea for a publishing house probably 2 years ago. And I was at a place in my life where I really wasn't interested in the logistics of having a publishing house, like being responsible for that or the back end of it, all the production
Mhm.
stuff. So I never launched it. And instead, I started referring people to the different publishers that I knew. But after about like
Mm.
6 or 7 authors that I handed off to other publishers, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm up to something. And so it became more clear to me
Yeah.
that I needed to step up in a role that was really calling to me because I'm helping people write their books. I'm writing people's books. I'm writing my own books. Like,
Mm.
why would I not be the one to also produce and promote and facilitate that? So,
Mm.
especially like I said, it was the integrity piece that really sealed the deal is like I have created a publishing house that I believe runs the most effectively. And not to downplay anyone else's because I don't think I'm the publisher for everyone.
Mhm.
I just have a way that I think is the most effective and the most aligned where the author themselves has the most power, let's say,
Mhm.
has the most
Yeah.
leverage with their book and their content. And so, yeah, I'm not for everyone, but I'm certainly for people who are interested in using their book to create their brand and publish multiple books and, step up as a leader or an expert in
Mhm.
their area. And so, I just love what we author and I love what we're offering and I'm having the time of my life doing it.
Oh my god, this is amazing. So I'm definitely gonna go and like message you when I'm ready to create a
Yes,
book.
please.
I love that. So
Yes.
good. And I also know you have a podcast, and on your podcast, you talk about emotional intelligence, right?
Yes.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us some more about that?
I can. It's also so I want to start by saying, like, I'm loving your questions, and this is my brand in general. So
Mhm.
I am answering the question, but there's a little lead up, which is I made a career doing only what I love.
Mm.
I wanted to talk about transformation, and not everybody in my life wanted to talk about transformation. So I built a
Mhm.
career to talk more about transformation all day, every day. So, yes, I would love to tell you about emotional intelligence, but I just wanted to say like this it feels so rich to be asked questions that I'm really excited to answer. So I just wanted to,
Yes.
thank you
I'm
for that.
so glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's like it's such a gift, and so I would love to encourage any listeners, like, what are you really passionate about? And that's when I said I can't turn this off. Like, it's just in
Mhm.
me and it has to come out all the time. So I just built a life to do that. And the
Mhm.
podcast is also one of those, like, one of the passion projects or and it's not a passion project in the way that, I think people confuse a passion project as a hobby, meaning you can't get paid for it. And I
Mhm.
really want to distinguish that everything that I continue to build is in service of people, but it's also in service of making a living, right? Like
Mm.
I'm allowed to get
Mhm.
paid to do work that I love. Those don't have to be separate.
Mm. Oh, so
So
good.
yes, and the emotional intelligence, the Hearts Unleashed podcast is all about emotional intelligence, and what that is basically I wanna simplify it as far down to, this is a self-study.
Mm.
It means you know you best. And
Mhm.
you are emotionally intelligent enough to understand the way that your life has gone and the way that you've turned out because of it, your triggers, your insecurities, your strengths, your gifts,
Mhm.
and you understand yourself and the totality of who you are in such a way that you can be the totality of who you are.
Mm. This is so deep. I love that.
Ah, thank you.
Oh my gosh, you're just so amazing. I'm so glad we're meeting today. Like this is
Yes.
awesome.
I'm having fun. I'm having tons of fun.
Amazing. And there's one thing I also wanted to chat about is I know you are 100% nomad. So
Yes.
how do you juggle all of the things while traveling all the time?
Yes, a great question, and I will say it has taken practice. I am 100% nomad at this point, and I've been 100% nomad for about a
Mhm.
year, going on a year, and before that, I was still very nomadic, meaning I have moved, upwards of 10 to 20 times in the last 7
Wow.
years specifically. Yeah. So I haven't set many roots down in places, but I'm going to answer your question like, how do you do it? Practice, one, trial and error, two, and self
Mhm.
love, three, gentleness.
Mhm.
Um, there's days and times where it's more tiresome, and those are
Mm.
those trial and error stages where like, okay, this isn't working, that isn't working. And the more that you and like anything, the more you do it, the more you can do it because I am thoroughly enjoying my nomad lifestyle. I have been for the last few months specifically because I've really perfected, okay, I like to stay somewhere at least 2 weeks. I like to
Mhm.
relocate at least in a month or whatever um there's different times. One thing I'll say is I live out of 2 suitcases. My entire life currently lives in 2 suitcases, and I really love that,
Wow.
and I kinda joke, I say, "As long as I have water and Wi-Fi then I'm doing alright." And what I mean by water is put me next to an ocean. I need to be on the coast, that my feet need to touch the sand, I need to
Yes.
talk to mother ocean, like, all that. So water and Wi-Fi are my rules. But it's really enriching. I am one with nature, and I am very sourced by the voice of nature. And
Mm.
so being in nature is a high priority for me. And then also, I want to say about being a nomad is I've fully surrendered to it. There's a lot of times that I
Mm.
used to fight or resist or keep my foot on the brake pedal. It was when I fully surrendered to that call that it got a lot more fun because there are times where I get tired and I want to set my roots down, but spirit keeps calling me forth, and as long as I listen, I will know exactly where to go. Like I spent 2 months in Costa Rica because that's where spirit said so. It's all about listening.
Mm. That's so amazing. And that was actually my next question. Like people who are interested in like living this lifestyle, like where should they start? And the surrender part, I feel is a huge part of it.
Yeah. Here's the piece about like anybody who knows they have the call and they're not taking it. It's
Mhm.
probably because you need to know the whole journey before you take the leap, and that's not you're never gonna
Mm.
have that.
Yeah. It's
I
like
l
business.
Yeah, that I was actually gonna say that, like, I know we're talking about being a nomad, but we're also talking about running a
Yes.
brilliant business, right? Or living a brilliant
Yes.
life in general is and I love Abraham Hicks say that when you if you plan a road trip across the country and if you attempt to map out every single turn at every single intersection, it is
Mm.
impossible. You don't know where the
Yeah.
detours are, you don't know what the cities are like, and even if you like, why would you spend that much thought and emotional energy trying to map out the entire way when
Mm.
the whole part of it is the adventure?
Oh, so good.
Mhm, mhm. So, that's what I would say to anybody who really feels the call, but they're stopping themselves because they don't know. You're not gonna know, and you're
Mhm.
not supposed to know.
Mm. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So, so good.
Thank you, thank you. It's fun.
I love it. And I know you're also a very like spiritual person and
Mhm,
you believe in spirits and guides and
mhm.
all of that and like what would you say is like the key to start truly connecting to our spiritual side?
I love this question, and it's counterintuitive because a lot of people want to connect,
Mhm.
and it's much more about disconnecting.
Yeah.
People wanna add a spirit guide or add a guardian angel or add the voice
Mhm.
of God, when really they need to subtract the substances and subtract the impressions and subtract the influence and subtract the scrolling and subtract the overeating and I can go on and on, right? But
Mhm.
ultimately take the distractions out of your life and the emotional baggage.
Mm.
So, a lot of why you can't hear your guidance is because the emotional baggage is too heavy or too loud or too distracting for you to receive because God, spirit, universe is always and at every single millisecond communicating with you. The concept that you could possibly hear them would be about clearing your head and your heart from the distractions.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no words right now. I am speechless.
Yeah, because it's really that simple, and I
Yeah.
remember receiving the clarity, like, if it's complicated, your ego is
Mm.
involved. So if you're trying to I'm closing my eyes, like, when we try to like, if the teacher tells you focus, you, like, all of a sudden squint your nose and you're like, "Arr, I'm gonna
Yeah.
focus more." You can't focus more to hear, you have to clear more to hear.
Mm. Oh, this is so good. I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful for you.
I'm so grateful for you. This is and it's funny because our listeners don't know this, but we've been trying to make this happen for at least a year, so I'm
Yeah,
really glad to be here.
exactly.
Yes.
This is awesome. So, I ask this to everyone who comes on the show, and I so look forward to your answer.
Mm,
What does being a powerful leader mean to you?
mm. It means being yourself, and I almost resist that answer because it almost seems too cliche,
Hmm.
but what I mean by that is I'm just sharing in my own journey is I did a lot of people pleasing in the way of attempting to fulfill other people's expectations of me.
Mm,
And that always took me further away from myself. I would morph away from who I knew myself to be. And then the less that I did that, the more I did discover of myself, but that didn't mean I had the confidence or certainty or assuredness or maybe even groundedness to then step out as I was discovering myself, you know?
mm,
So
yeah.
thank you for acknowledging, like you said, you're a spiritual person and you have
Hmm.
this faith and you do this work. But I wasn't when I knew it took me 2 years of knowing that about myself before I ever
Mm,
came out of the spiritual closet with it.
mm.
And so what does it mean to be a powerful leader? It's to know thyself and be thyself.
Oof. Yeah.
Mhm. There is a difference between those two. So what you know doesn't matter if you aren't willing to apply what you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love this. I just
Yeah.
got the chills.
Thank you. Thank you for asking the questions that would pull these out for our listeners, especially.
Yeah, I'm becoming really good at it, I think.
Yeah, right? It's awesome. Kudos.
Amazing. So, do you have any last piece of wisdom that you truly like to share today with our audience?
Mm. Just the reminder that it takes radical self-love, radical responsibility, and if these words would go together, radical gentleness to step out in such a way, because there's plenty of the world that will critique us. You don't need to be one of them for
Mm,
yourself.
yeah.
You're literally if I can tell like a 10-second story. I did a um I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat, and I was sitting in the snow, and I had to be silent, and I was this mouse came out. This little mouse, I could hear him, and the moment I moved, he burrowed right back in. So I sat there silently, and I just waited, and I sat silently. He forgot I was there, and he came back out, and I got to watch him like pounce around in the snow because I was so still and silent that he felt safe to come out. That is your soul. Your soul is that field mouse. We
Mm,
must almost sit so still and so silent and make it so safe for our soul to be exposed, because throughout our life we've learned it's unsafe to be who we are. It's unsafe to be vulnerable, unsafe to be exposed. So you have to be so gentle with yourself, the way you would be kind to a child or kind to an animal, that it's safe and it's okay. Come out and play. Let me pet you. Let me feed you. Let me care for you. Right. And so
yeah.
just being gentle, that I would love to encourage anybody who's listening to be more gentle with themselves.
Yes, I love that message. So amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, where can people go to connect with you further in the online space?
Yeah. So I always say Instagram is my love language. So if we can connect on Instagram, that's great. I am Instagale, but also
Mhm.
just head to abigailgazda.com and surf around and see what I offer and see if it fits you. I have lots of community options and also one-on-one sorts of services. And then publishing, like if someone wants to reach out at publishing, you can email hearts@heartsunleashed.com to talk about writing a book or publishing a book.
Amazing. You are such a beautiful soul, and anyone who crosses your path will be so, so lucky.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.